Fatality.
I totally just cut that car off. What an idiot. Full on rad, just turns left on a solid rad. We've all been there. I try not to cut off people, but say no one was sitting there, then I might go for it, you know? But I wouldn't be like approaching a rad and just be like, in my own car, yeah, but in the big billboard, not a great idea. Got a healthy coil on back here. That's why I'm going so slow. Guess where it's going? Same place, just went 3 days. Well, this is day 3, but 2 days in a row grabbing Paloma wellhead gear from the A&C road. And then we were supposed to be dual coil bros today, me and the other C5, but he got postponed. Today is Monday, and then it's not going out till Wednesday. So he was supposed to grab a coil in a stand and put it on. He was going to do the double Jeep, 24 low, 8-wheel booster configuration that I've caught a couple shots of him doing. I'm just like, good on ya. I'm not a big fan. You just Jeep off both Jeeps at once. Yesterday on the way home, when I left yesterday morning, it was snowing pretty much from Rimby to Alsyke, and it was pretty, well, all the way out pretty much to 43, I guess. I went through Genesee. It was crappy, snowy, gross, sloppy, snow-covered, ice, all the above. And the day before that, Whitecourt had it, so it was still wet yesterday. We were loading Paloma gear and it was raining. I was like, well, that sucks. And then the lease road was kind of slick. One guy went in the ditch. It's pretty much an easy go going out to there. I thought I was just taking an empty reel trailer and Ross was going to be hauling the coil because it was too heavy configuration or something. But I had it all messy. He's like, no, you're taking full reel. I'm like, damn it. Or else I would have opted, because I'm going to start telling him. I'm like, if we're going past, like if we're going to Whitecourt, Fox Creek, GP, anywhere on Highway 43, I'm like, permit me to right to Nisku. We'll go through Devon, do like we did the last time the two of us took out coils on. I'm just like, you get on Highway 2 and you just cruise. It's pretty much flat. You got a couple of hills, but not like this. It's like hill, downhill, hill, downhill, hill, downhill. You got a little bit of R&R Bentley to Rimby, but the rest of the time you're just banging gears off the cruise. It kind of sucks, all right? Like these are low enough, they fit under 5 meters, so there's a win here because that's kind of nice. And then once you get on 43, you like literally set the cruise, you're just all the way to Whitecourt. Except for Sangudo, of course. There's only like Sangudo Hill, the Devon Hill, Boca Hill. Other than that, you're just cruising. I think you can actually shave off like 40 minutes. Plus, we're going to be going across the lovely highway number 22. That'll be Entwistle Merthorpe. That section sucks. A lot of sucking going on. Why does it look like there's a shovel hanging there? Can't be. Check it on our first load check. Would have been falling off by now if it was a shovel. We don't have the hydraulic booster, so that's kind of sweet. They must have realized, because we've been having issues with it. 420, 101. It just won't hold pressure. It just keeps dumping. You hydraulic arms, air pressure, I think you set it all up. The next time you get somewhere and stop, the hydraulics have backed off. The air suspension is to the moon. Something's going on, and we're traveling on flat ground, right? So I know it's got a pressure relief over top of the axle for the hydraulic arms. We actuated that button. Everything seems to be working there. For some reason, it just lets go of its hydraulic pressure over time, and it seems to be going through a lot of air, which is normal. They use lots of air, but it's using way too much air because the arms. So they got a system in the hydraulic arms and the booster is to, they just keep pumping every once in a while when you have it in the hold position, because you don't keep it on the extend while you're driving because you'll rip off the bumper. And then it's got to retract, and then in the middle is hold while you're driving down the road. And that little button, when you close the door, actuates the little button over the axle. At Road Train, we completely made a whole custom box and then had it all on valves. So you weren't, because if that door accidentally pops open, not that it will, it shouldn't, you got a big lose there too. So on our Road Train booster, it was travel mode, extend, retract. But anyways, so we got to go other side of the Isaacin on 43, get on the 947 to the ANC, and then we're going to kilometer 111, and just 2.2 kilometers off-road. It's nothing too serious. Curves into location are a little tight, so we'll have to, I'm probably going to chain up just to go into Lee's if I have to hang. Sharp ditches too, so there's a couple spots where I might have to hang the truck into the ditch a little bit, and that's why we chain up. So you don't get in a situation where you're like, oh, I look like an idiot, I'm not chained up, and I can't steer out of the ditch because I don't have a steer chain on or some bullshit like that. That truck's been there the last 2 days, but I imagine they're probably done and gone and out of there because they switched from frac mode to flow mode. Tank farms are set up. D&D Well Services was out there doing that the other day, so sweet black bed truck. I imagine they're all done and they'll be gone, so I'll have zero assistance. Trican guys, already talked to him, told him the plan would Jeep off at the security shack. Hopefully it's well, it doesn't matter if it's level or not because it's the hydraulic arms kind of do. You can do one side more than the other, like you're milking a teat, you know? Probably stay shy on the travel footage just because I've already. Do you guys want to drive to Fox Creek again? Yay! For me, it's day 3 driving to Fox Creek, so I'm over it. look, they're open. Yay! Wow. They routed me where I couldn't go by a self-way, so can only hope for the best, right? Tis what tis. What happens, happens. Day off? Rest the day off. Half a day off. Can I get some days off? They're coming on the weekend. It's Monday today. Just a little bit longer. We have like, they don't normally put coil on that won't make weight, you know, but we have no idea what it is. I'm good on the drives on my truck. That guy's getting lightly fisted. Oh. It's getting inspected. Gay balls. Another thing that's shitty about light winters, like right now, it's like mild. It's only -2. They still be doing inspections and rolling around. Next thing you want, they want me to take this through that building on the right. Well, then that's not happening. They have like these humps you gotta drive over. I'm like, definitely not doing that for you. Sorry. It's probably as wide as that door anyways. Only looks like a 12 wide door, not a 14. The dispatch's like, get away while you're going over the scale. I'm like, yeah, I'll just kind of hang out and slow down. 10K an hour. He works here, so he's allowed. It's like that Coil. I just seen him parked at the bottom of the hill. He was doing stuff. Yeah, making sure nothing was gonna fall off beside the big chunk of ice I took off. I'm guesstimating 25.5 on the drives, maybe 26. Check the booster, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, so I'm recording it just in case if I miss it. I think this new camera, I should be able to zoom in on that. Oh, that guy was spot on. That's only a tandem. Drive extra slow by the scale house. Oh, get too close to the side. Make sure you get it all on the scale. We're good. Missed the gear completely right in front of the scale house. Yeah, what did I see the other? Yeah, the other side's open too because I checked the app. I'm like, oh, are they even open? It's like, yeah, both sides are open. I was like, oh, so they must have got the other side fixed. It's been shut down all summer, most summer, fall so far. We are November 23rd today, 24th. Guys again. I know, it's not that big, really. It's big when you're this heavy. Quarter after 2. Probably gonna be a half hour late. Because I got a Jeep off and stuff. I'm questioning it. I'm like, I think I could do it, but I'm like, those what ifs. The corner into lease, tight. The corner before lease, tight. Probably be fine. You know, I'm just being a chicken shit. 0 failure rate. What I shoot for, so I'm always like, what if? What if? So, there's a nice big spot at like 106, 108, somewhere in there, big pullout. So I'm just gonna Jeep off there. We'll have to come back, grab the Jeep, or I'll ask them all there. I'm like, can we just leave it there, or what do you want to do? They fix this bridge for now. John. I gotta get over there. Should make the turning lane extra long for this. I always feel like an asshole. 25 in the hammer lane. rush hour all of a sudden. I probably could have made it. Sweet Peterbilt. Sounded badass. Straight ice over here. Pull in here and the truck was just kind of, I'm like, hey, it's not turning. First things first. Just to make sure the engine running. I already said it once, it's only like not even -1, but just cold enough that there's still ice. They left on the fuel. That's odd. Fuck, better not be empty. If it is, it's full. Never had it die like that before. Grouchy. Usually once you start them on choke, they're fine. It's not happy. Let her warm up, I guess, for a little. Better change her attitude. Usually, even in the winter, I've never had to do that. Be gentle with that pad, it's broken. Maybe I should back up a little bit. It's not that flat right there. Sheet ice everywhere else though. Boom.
Load 110.
Guess I'm off light duty. Bruh. Just fucking eat camera on the bar. Fuck off. Jeez, I went the wrong way. Usually it doesn't stall out though. The hydraulic fluid's probably pretty cold. Oh yeah, nailed it. fuck's sakes. Doesn't seem to want to be lifted. Doesn't give me warm fuzzies. Should probably get a time out. Gonna pull ahead a tiny bit, because if it's not gonna lift it, my wheel's quite a bit higher. Pull it out of the wheel so we can Copy medic 8 at 26. Gerald with Brawler checking out. Thank you. Bobtail leaving 8 at 26. Any empties coming in?
Yeah, you got 2 pickups at kilometer 2 there.
Copy that. I'll wait for you here on lease.
Copy, thank you. We're just pulling in now. Medic, Salute bar checking in, and Tyler checking in.
Fucking fire extinguisher is always rattling and shit. Like, why do I need a fire extinguisher in the truck? Especially when it's in my, like, walkway to get to my fucking deluxe bedroom. It's just starting to get a little bit of flurries. I don't know what I was worried about. I was, like I said, I'm like just being a pussy. Just like, oh, what if I can't make the corner? Oh, this corner is huge. The only thing I didn't like about the corner is that the ditch is super steep, right? So you can't really move over. Someone's drove over the culvert and the steel post. Then they put K-rails here because someone kept driving over the culvert. Wasn't me. So yeah, we just had the spotter with the Jeep. We had tons of room. Thank God it wasn't tight and poopy and muddy and spinning out. Because there was, the legs won't lift. Or the one leg. I think the one side is bypassing on the valve. I think I already explained it, so I'm not gonna. It won't lift any higher than the Jeep wheel, so my truck's like an extra, I'm gonna go with like almost 12 inches higher than the Jeep, so once you, if you get it off the Jeep and for some reason can't get it back on the Jeep, it should have though, because I had daylight on the Jeep, I had it unhooked from the Jeep, and the wheel was tilted down, and I was like trying to make some daylight there more, and it just wouldn't do it. So I'm like, I was thinking about putting it, dropping the air in the truck, putting the winch cable on the front, but I'm like, that much weight and the neck is really narrow, and then come up those ramps, get it up onto the wheel, all that shit. I'm just like, nah. I'm like, no, I don't really want to attempt it. It's just too dangerous. Oh, there's a huge laydown there. I should have went in there and checked it out. Looks big. But I was thinking about shooting into there and jeeping off, but I didn't. You don't know what ground conditions. It's kind of stiff, but it's been warm through the day, so even with that much weight, you put it down, like, you never know what's gonna happen. So you're better off to like pick like right where someone's been driving a lot, like right in the middle of this road, that huge pullout that I was at. Loaded bobtail 1, 8 at 26. Something like that, right? Because I've put them down in hard pack spots and then come back and they're sinking. You only have so much crust on the top in Alberta, and then it's like soft, so scary. Anyways, we'll mosey on back to home base. 6 hours left. It's only a 4.5 hour drive, so we're good there. Four, 5, 6 p.m. right now. So getting home late. I seen a text preloading some stuff at Fraction tomorrow. Sounds like some bullshit on the bullshit. Maybe it's a heater and a propane bullet. That'd be cool. I'm alright with that. And honestly, I don't really mind water pumps. I just hate how they're like sketch. It's just the back one. They're like, yeah, you gotta overhang it so much. By the time you chain it, it pulls back on the bottom so much that the front wants to kick up. You put extra chain on the front so it won't kick up. But every time, like, you follow guys, and every gear they grab, that thing's moving. I'm just like, scary. It's going home hour right now. So hopefully that guy remembers. Because he's like, well, we're gonna have to get a mechanic out here or something. I'm like, yeah, something needs to be done. Because if I was by myself, we would have been sitting waiting for a mechanic somewhere else. Like, if we're on the Buster Creek at the Chanup area where you have to Jeep off, because he ain't making that 9.4 hill or the 10.2. I don't know what else to touch base on. I got my exhaust tip for my truck. Pumped about that. Now I just have to get to an exhaust shop so I can tell them to, like, can you make this look like exhaust and connect it all?
109 loaded for a few. Pickup loaded at 112.
So, which isn't a big deal. Some of the guys, like, that's a pretty quick and easy job. You're just like, weld on the muffler. Just got to get the right 45 degree out the side to match with my 45 degree tailpipe that I bought. And it's like this big. I'm like, man, this thing's sick. And actually, I'll do a small video of what it looks like, because I was impressed. Loaded bobtail 110. Came in its own, like, canvas draw sack, like the Crown bottle, our Crown Royal bottle, you know? And a nice box inside a box for shipping.
110 on both ways.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next adventure. Peace out.
How are you getting back up after that? That is so bullshit. I stabbed you through the eye.